Hi. Okay, so again, nobody has given me a straight answer of why my children were taken from me ever. Um, my record was removed, and the only explanation that I have gotten was the threat from a trafficking ring for a very high price for my children. From Goat Roofer. Um, okay, so now back to the fact that why is Whitley Hussey's arrest record on my DCF paperwork with my fucking name? And then it says, come to find out that the truck belonged to her father, who also got arrested, Hugh. Um, Now, Whitley has never even really gone to jail. She told people that I set her up and put her in jail. She goes to what they call is alternative sentencing. Now, I don't really know what that is, but it seems like every single person that went to alternative sentencing seemed to rat people out. Um, because if you think about it, now, when I moved to Florida in 2015, how could I have been selling drugs up there if I wasn't even up there? Um, and then again, how could I be claiming food stamps up there if I wasn't up there and I have not received food stamps? And then when I was up there, how could I be receiving food stamps in Florida if I haven't received food stamps since 2016? Um, okay, so I did 200 days for bullshit in Hernando County Jail. Um, I was almost dead. Was in an asthma attack for days. Was in an asthma attack when I got arrested. That's why my mugshot looks so fabulous. My eyes, I couldn't even breathe. Um, uh, and okay, so sorry, I'm still not on my ADHD meds, and you guys just keep saying that I'm crazy when I don't have my anxiety or my ADHD meds. I am on my allergies list is SSRIs and dopamine, meaning I can't take those fucking antipsychotics. And they're not mine. They're on my allergies list. So whoever keeps saying that I'm off my mental meds, I'm off my lorazepam and my methylphenidate. Meaning, if you guys keep saying that I'm up and down and off the wall, it's because I am unmedicated for my attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and my anxiety. So this is me off my meds, off my ADHD meds and my anxiety meds. And people just keep antagonizing me everywhere I go. And then they start talking about my children. And then they say that I'm severely depressed and need help. Well, of course I'm depressed. I don't know where the fuck my kids are or why somebody took them from me and why everybody's saying that I'm fucking crazy. The only explanation is that I'm calling them out on their bullshit. Like, these girls didn't even go to school with me. Like, how can these 20-year-old girls keep saying that, like, that's another thing, like, who keeps saying I'm not old enough to smoke cigarettes? Like, I'm 31 years old. I am not under 21. Like, this is the problem. If you go on YouTube and Google Stevie Lee, like, why are there all of a sudden all these girls named Stevie Lee? Like, famous singers, like, from all over the world. Like, and my identity hasn't been stolen? Like, it was stolen in 2007 when I was pregnant with a TANF breach. Like, what the fuck, you guys? Like, oh, okay, so Whitley lost her child at birth for drug use. Now, that is that they changed it. Like, everything with my children was unsustained, meaning I was prescribed medications. Now, if you're on drugs in the state of Maine during your pregnancy, you look at life in prison. You will be held accountable and you will go to prison for the rest of your life. Now, apparently not if you're Whitley. Now, she has been caught selling drugs over and over again. And it only makes sense that these people keep saying that Patty McLaughlin and I had a bunch of run-ins. I don't even think I have ever had a run-in with the sheriff, Patty McLaughlin. Like, I knew Mason and I knew Stone. Like, I have not, like, why would somebody say, Stevie, Patty McLaughlin texted me and said that you're a rat bitch who sells a lot of drugs? Like, first of all, wouldn't you be a rat if a sheriff was texting you? Like, I was working with Lieutenant Babs out of the Penobscot County Sheriff's Department about trying to keep women and children safe for domestic violence charges, since I'm a victim of many violent crimes. Now, that's the legal term. Now, I am a survivor. but legally I am the victim. I didn't hurt those people. Now, Whitley got arrested a million fucking times. All of her stuff is on my DCF records. Like, what the fuck? Whitley went to the hospital on May 8th, demanded money from me, and she was on a Wednesday, and she wasn't even supposed to be out of jail till Friday. She got caught with drugs again at an alternative sentencing and tried to blame me. Told everybody I set her up. Like, why would I set her up? Like, I don't want to go destroying people's lives like she does. Like, everybody knows that I have not been a huge drug dealer. Like, I didn't lose my mind on drugs. Whitley and all these other girls were the ones jumping out of fucking windows all summer, running around, didn't have a fucking license, stealing people's cars. Like, and she's doing it with my pain prescription for my cancer diagnosis. Like, she has fucking lost her mind, you guys. Like, she doesn't even know who the fuck she is. So on January 7th, I had court for Mr. Stevie Lee McGrain because Chris was to not return to the home after the domestic violence suit charges, which victim's advocate, yet again, dropped the charges for him. So she had on the roster thing on the court docket, she had that she got arrested with Schedule W drugs. Again, multiple offense. She had an OAS charge and an operating after revocation. Now, when you get like your third OAS, it's minimum mandatory, like I think 90 days in jail. But operating after revocation is definitely at least a 10-month charge in the state of Maine. Now, drugs, like, remember, I did 200 days in Hernando for bullshit. Bullshit. My record was removed. Now, she got 13 days and $1,350 fines. Like, for drugs, operating after OAS, and operating after revocation. Like, what the fuck, you guys? She also got arrested in Florida last spring and fucking lied through her teeth to everybody. Like, she kept going back and forth to my house. She put cameras in my house. She put potty cams in my fucking house. Like, she was surveillancing it from that guy who called himself John Buck at 92 Water Street, like, with a laptop, like, of my fucking house, like, of my fucking children. Like, she's fucking crazy. Like, she has no fucking clue. Oh, and then that day, the judge that gave her 13 days, and she said, well, I have some jobs lined up. I can pay that. Like, this alternative income that was on my bullshit case plan doesn't mean that all these other people can pretend to be me and sell drugs for alternative income. Like, that's not what the fuck that was. Like, I wasn't even supposed to have to sign a case plan because I was misled under Janae Piazza through Youth and Family Alternative / Kids Central Illegal International Adoption Agency that I had lost my children to the fucking state. Now, that is not the case. And if they made me sign pieces of paper against my will, misleading me and lying to me, like, they let murderers out for false paperwork. Like, who the fuck is Sherry McGrain? Like, and who is Stevie McGrain? And who is Stevie McGreen on all this fucking paperwork? And why the fuck would you delete that paperwork saying that there was no dangers when Quinn and JJ were taken in Florida? Like, no dangers, but they already planned on taking my children. And then you make my family delete my fucking emails? Like, I made sure that I slept in public places so people would actually know that it wasn't me running all around doing all this crazy ass shit. But it still doesn't even matter. Like, they're all just helping all these people. And I'm fucking sick of it. Like, if Whitley Hussey isn't actually put in fucking jail, you guys, like, she murdered people with bad heroin at a motel in fucking Bangor that I've never even stepped fucking foot in. She was selling all those bad fucking drugs. People were dropping down like flies. They said it was with Boyer. Like, what in the fuck are you guys even doing? You're just using other people's identities and then trying to put those people away. Like, I'm fucking done with it. I'm fucking done.